If everyone can bow their heads. Bless us, O Lord, in these gifts which we are about to receive, by the hand of nothing, in Christ our Lord. Amen. Cheers.
I would like to start out by thanking those who made this night all possible. Mike and Suzanne for putting together a beautiful evening, and Carol for only crying through 70% of it. My name is Colin Walker, and I'm proud to say that I am Tim's best man, and more importantly, his best friend. Turns out he pulled the short stick the night that decision was made. Tim and I met 10 years ago on hallowed grounds, the Pike House on 39th and Dodge. We were in the same fraternity pledge class as were most of these other fellas up here in the fly-looking suits. We had good times, we had great times, and we had times that I was told were never to be brought up again, especially in this speech. But I can name my two most memorable moments without hardly even having to think about it. The first day I saw my beautiful future bride across the beer-soaked first-floor living room. And the second is the day Tim met Laura on the third floor. I'm still convinced that I technically was the matchmaker and made this all happen, but that's another story. You can ask them about it later. Little did Laura know that by agreeing to date Tim, she had signed herself up for a package deal with myself, Carl, these fine gentlemen to my right, and all 756 members of the Vaselli family. After 10 years of being homies with Tim, I thought I had seen it all. The look of pure joy the day I finally let him beat me in a round of golf. The look of pure anger when he finally realized that I let him beat me in that said round of golf. And the look of glossy-eyed cool Tim, who he claims to have retired for good. But until this afternoon, I had never seen the look of absolute love that I saw in his eyes when he stood across from this stunning woman and said, "I do." Fortunately, as I looked back across at Laura, I could tell she felt the exact same way. I still don't know how he managed to do it, but somehow he managed to pluck a miracle out of his ass and convince her to say, "I do" as well. And I couldn't be happier for you both. I truly believe you were meant for each other, and I'm excited as hell to have been there the day you met and today when you tied the knot. I would ask everyone to raise their glass, and that includes Ken and Brian, the VIPs looking down from above on us tonight, and cheers to the new Mr. and Mrs. Timmy Allen.
All right, good evening, everyone. Okay, so I just want to start off by warning everyone I was practicing my speech with my daughter yesterday as we were driving around, and she said, "Mom, your poem is making me fall asleep." So sit back, relax, and I will not be offended if you want to take a little snooze. Thank you all for being here tonight. It means the world to all of us. We know a lot of you traveled here. There's countless hours put into this event, and thank you everybody who did a lot of work behind the scenes and here tonight. I'm so honored and happy to celebrate this night with you guys and to stand up with you as your big sister and your friend. Tonight's a very special night for both families because we are marrying off the babies. And a lot of times the babies get the bad rep for being spoiled or attention seeking and taking advice but never giving it. But I'm here to tell you that that could not be further from the truth for the both of you. You guys are the ones spoiling your 10 nieces and nephews. You're humble in everything you do, and you give pretty good advice most of the time. You're giving us the advice. Laura, the thing I admire most about you is that you are fearlessly independent. And this started at a very young age when most kids they wouldn't leave the house without their favorite blanket or toy. Laura would not leave the house without this backwards hat and her Space Jam jersey. So as much as Laura or Jenny and I would try to convince her to do a braid or a bow or a tutu, she just wanted to leave the house with this. She was our little tomboy. When everyone wants to go right, Laura's totally cool with going left, and that's something that I've always admired about you, and I think a lot of us in the room could learn from that and take that with us in our lives. Tim, we are thrilled to welcome you into the family. I don't care how much Mitch and Chad say about you. I think you're a stand-up guy. And please know that they're just filling in the big brother role for their baby cousin. But really, I want to thank you for loving our family like you love your own. You are always there and down for steak and potatoes, and I hope you love it, but you're there with a smile, so that's good. You've taught us that there's better Italian out there than just spaghetti works. Oh, now I lost my spot. Okay. But really, we just love you, and we're so excited to have you in this family. Carol, I imagine raising Tim was maybe not for the faint of heart, but you and Ken just did an awesome job. And it just really is so comforting knowing that our babysitter sister is taken care of. Not our babysitter. She probably did babysit us at times, but the baby sister. That was not supposed to be a joke. I just misspoke. Tim and Laura, please know that we love and adore you. We promise to always be your support system and to always cheer you on, which really is something I've been doing my whole life. This may be a shock to many of you, but I do not have an athletic bone in my body. So I was always the one on the sidelines watching Laura at soccer, any sport. You give this girl a sports ball and she knows exactly what to do with it. We love you so much. Thank you. And I'm going to kick it off to let's raise our glasses. Sorry. So to Tim and Laura.
Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. I am the oldest sister of the three girls, and I want to start out by saying my first memory of baby Laura was when my mother told me she was going to name her Melissa, and I wanted the name Laura, and obviously I won that battle. My second thing that I want to say to you is after reading your thank you card, I wanted to revamp my whole speech. Because in your thank you card, you thanked me for saving you from flying remotes and hair pulling as a child. And I just want to say now in our adult life, as adults, you have been there for me and supported me through a lot of flying remotes and hair pulling as well. So thank you for that. As the oldest sister, I always like to tell Laura to say inappropriate things at family Thanksgiving dinners because I thought it was really funny. And so that's probably where you got your fierce attitude from. So sorry about that. Uncle Tim filled the role as Uncle Tim long before he even really needed to. 6 years ago, he came on board to our family and has been a very supportive uncle to both those boys and those girls way before you even had to. And with that, I thank you, and that is a wonderful personality trait to have. Uncle Tim also offers his uncle advice, his brother advice, his son-in-law advice, any advice Uncle Tim offers us. And that as well is a very strong personality trait that we appreciate and we love you for. So thank you for that. And as Nikki said, we researched traits about marrying babies off to babies, family, birth orders. And they said that when the baby of a family marries the other baby of the family, that this couple lives a very adventurous and carefree life in marriage. So with that, let's raise our glasses and have a toast to the adventurous, carefree couple.
How about that right in? How beautiful does Laura look today? I couldn't be more honored to have Laura as my bride. She has now signed herself up for short and sweet, which is what I'm going to try and keep this to. So she's got the rest of her life to enjoy that. On behalf of myself and Laura, we would like to thank my mom, Mike, and Suzanne for this beautiful day. We're so glad to have you guys next to us through the entire time. We will take a month off after this, so we will see you guys after that. So I don't really have much to say. I'm trying not to get choked up, but it is tough not having my dad here, my Uncle Brian, but I know that they're watching over us. Laura and I couldn't be more proud of what they've been able to do for us and leaving us a little early, but we know that they're here today. So aside from that, we hope that you guys all have a great evening. We greatly appreciate every single one of you guys spending this special day with us. So cheers. Please raise your glasses to Laura and I.